So when we are writing the formula fields, we have to little bit think like a developer. The reason is there is some logics involved. Okay, we have to write a logic. That's the reason we have to. What we have to do, we have to think like a developer while creating the logic. So even admins will do that for sure. But if you think like a developer, that will be like helpful to you. Like writing, there will be a need of writing conditional statements. Like we say if and else. What is if, what is else? We need to calculate the dates concept. Is all everything we have. So that kind of things, if you want to learn, so you need programming concept. Then now that programming concept, a few programming concept, I'll teach you. Few means only one programming concept I can say, if and else. Just a minute. So you can see the screen, right?
Yes.
There is something called as if. Means when we'll be using if is, suppose I want to check if the candidate, okay, age is greater than, okay, if candidate age is greater than 18, okay, 18, then do something like uh like he is eligible for voting, right? So just display that like what we say, in formula field you are eligible to vote. Okay, eligible to vote. Else you are not eligible to vote. Okay, you are not eligible to vote. So this kind of scenarios will be there based upon certain values or certain condition. We say this is a condition. Whatever I have written in this bracket is a condition. So if the condition is true, then do something. Else means the condition whatever we have written is false, then do the other thing. This in the formula fields also we can implement. How we can implement? Let me show you. Go to Trailhead and let me launch the playground. One second. Let me go to the students. So in the students, uh, okay, we have few fields. Let me take the example. Let me take the example. Second, what example? Let's say go to the uh, setup. Inside setup, go to the object manager. Let me go to the student. First, I'll create two fields, then I'll explain them. Student. Then let's say uh, what we do is create a one field called as, okay, uh, see, total average is there, right? So like that, we'll fix the average once. Like that, I mean, we'll create a one formula field down here based upon the marks. Let's say subject one is there, right? So 1 second. Just a minute. Formula field I'll take directly. And then I'll write here some condition. And the final result should be a checkbox for me, pass or fail. We can have multiple things here. Okay. Let's say text. Let's say text. Hmm. Pass in subject one. Okay. Pass in subject one. A simple example. So we have three subjects, right? So if a student marks is less than 35 in one subject, in subject one, then he is failed in that subject. So he failed in this another subject. Like that I can display. Okay. Now I'm taking example like whether he is passed in subject one or not. So what is the final result I want to show? Pass or fail. So in the student object, what I want is we have to go to advanced formula section. In the advanced, I mean the formula editor, click on the advanced formula. There in the right side, you'll be having functions. Okay, you'll be having functions. In this, choose if. Okay, if. Then insert selected. Then logic. What should happen if true? What should happen if false? So what is the logic here? My logic is simple. 1 second. If, okay, insert field. In the student object, if the subject one marks is, okay, subject one marks is greater than let's say 35, then display in a text pass in subject one. The otherwise, if it is false, then failed in subject one. It's very simple. It's very simple. We'll check the syntax, whether whatever we have written is it right or wrong. Why? What happened? Just a minute. It is loading. Yeah, there is no syntax errors. Then click on next. Then click on next. Then save. So what I have written here, I mean what I have created here, I created a formula field which returns a text for us. Pass text or failed text. Passed in this exam or failed in that exam. So how it is calculating? I have written condition that subject 1 marks is greater than 35, then pass in that subject or fail in that subject. So go here. As you know, it takes some time. Okay. But if the subject is having 30 as the marks, what it should display? It should display in that particular field, like this average score is one of the formula field. We'll get the another formula field where we'll have the okay, where we'll have the fail or pass. So is it clear about this what we say formula field if condition, if concept?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. So similarly, e one second. If I go back to the student object and click on new field, let me create another formula field, and here I say hmm, hmm, pass in object 2. So what I do, again same text field I will select. So it's why I am selecting text, because the result I want as a text. If I want as a checkbox, then I'll do as a checkbox. Okay. Again I'll go to advanced formula. So not only if there are multiple functions, you see here there are multiple functions. If we keep on learning this all, then that would be very hectic. So what we have to do, at least 10 of these advanced functions you have to know. Okay. If is null, is blank, that means what? If okay, if a particular field value is blank, then what should happen? Means there is no value in that. Or null, is a number, is lower, is upper. There are many more things. Or, and there is something called as and. Okay. When we'll use and, when we'll use or, I'll let you know it. So these two things you just understand. Or and or a and D, and if you want to check, okay, if you want to check three conditions at a time, three conditions at a time, or two conditions, let's say. Suppose if so, subject 1 marks is greater than 35, subject 2 marks is greater than 35, subject 3 marks is greater than 35, then only pass. That means what? The student should get the 35 plus marks in all the subjects, right? If any of the subject he gets below 35, then he is a fail, right? So if there is a situation where all the conditions, let's say condition 1 and condition 2 and condition 3, all of them should be like a true, then we say that we are having a and approach here. And we should write and condition 1 and condition 2 and condition 3. Okay. So like this we have to write. Okay. If there is a situation that if any subject marks is greater than 35, then that's fine for me. If other subjects are below 35 also, no problem for me. At least one subject is having above 35, then I will declare it as a pass. Then I will use or subject 1 marks greater than 35, or subject 2 marks greater than 35, or subject 3 marks greater than 35. Okay. So like this, I will have the or usage. Or means what? Any one condition is true, then we'll declare that condition as true. But I mean that whole conditions as true. But in the and, you that all the you need all that conditions to be true. Okay, like like if I speak in English, normal speak English terminology, I want apple and mango. What that means? I want apple as well as mango. If I say I need tea or coffee, that means what? Any one is fine for me. So like this, you have to understand or and and. Okay, clear? Let me write here. One second. Instead of checking one by one, let me go to if again. Where is if? Where is if? Yeah. So if this is a formula for what? Subject to. So simply what I can do, pass in subject to is like insert a field. Which field in the student object we are based upon? It's a subject to that is greater than 35. Then just I'll say pass fail. Okay, just click on save. Wait a minute. What happened? Yeah, it's saved. It's saved. So, what was the next thing we have learned? Instead of checking each and every subject, past subject one, past subject two, I want to see whether all of these two subjects are having 35 plus marks. Then only I will say the student is pass. So, what I can do? Click on new, click on the formula field again. Here I see overall pass, let's say overall result. Okay, then this gives me the text only, pass or fail text. So we'll go to advanced formula again. So have the operator, I mean, sorry, the function. If in this logic, what I'll do is I'll remove this. Here there is something called as and. Have this and. So what it says, and logic 1, logic 2, you can keep on adding multiple logics. If you write only if, you can add one logic. If you write and inside the if, you can have multiple logics. Now I'll show you how I'm going to write three conditions here. Inside and, insert field subject 1 greater than 35 and subject 2 greater than 35 and subject 3 greater than 35. Okay, if all these are the three conditions which are inside and are true for me, then only this if condition will be true. Okay, when this if condition is true, what should happen? Yeah, I'll display pass in all exams. or let's say all subjects, or failed in failed in failed in one or all subjects. We don't know that which subject. Okay, we can write like this, or just simply pass or fail. Okay. So Soumya, is it clear?
Yes.
So we are writing like conditions. So this kind of implementation we do in Apex or LWC while we write programming. But here we're not adding the complete programming, just the logic we are writing here to control the value inside the formula field. So this formula field, how it will work? It will fetch the subject one, subject two, subject three marks, and it will calculate whether these all conditions are true because I have written inside and checks all the logics that have been written, comma separated. Then in the if this first thing, this complete thing is true, then what should happen? If true, this is pass should display. Else the fail should display. That I have written. Check syntax. Next. Yeah. Next. Save. So overall result we have, it's also formula text. She pass in subject one, failed in subject two. So I failed in subject one. We are getting like that. Okay. We need to have one more field here. Let's see. One second. Let me click on edit. Hmm. Hmm. As you know, it takes some time. Just let me do something here. Edit the student object, page layout, student layout. Yeah, we got it right. Overall result fail because one subject marks is 30. That's why it is fail. Now let me edit it. Got it? Pass. Now let me edit the second subject marks. Fail. So if any one subject is getting affected, the overall result is getting affected, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is about the formula field and condition. Our condition is similar, but if any one subject is having the good score, then we'll declare it as a good score. Okay. And good students pass. Now there is the trial head module. I think I have given it in the yeah. So you have here something in the class sixth uh, video description. You have resources. These resources, if you take and go to Trailhead, you have this thing. Okay, use formula field, implement roll-up summary field, and create validation rules. So today you do with the use formula field. Okay, and learn some formula fields. The basic formula fields are there here, like related to some date kind of thing, opportunity. So that will be very simple. Okay, you understand the formula editor. Okay, what are the operators we have? So display icon field on contact. So there are few things again that how you can how you can implement this. There are steps. So do the practice of this. Let me there are see multiple functions here. What happens for each function? Okay, so r- work on this one, and if you have any questions, let me know and complete this module. Okay, if you haven't completed it in your I mean in your past, then complete that and put the screenshot. Then I can know that you are good with the formula fields. Okay, and there is one more topic that we are going to discuss: the roll-up summary fields and validation rules that are also part of this module only. So that we'll do it tomorrow, because today I think we don't have Teju and Shruti as well. That is the important one, roll up summary field, the important question in the interview. So we do it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Okay then. Uh, Before I wind up the class, do you have any questions in the formula fields, or do you want to share your screen and try some formula fields? If you are interested, then we'll do it. Okay. No, no questions. No problem. Okay then. Bye. Homya, any questions? Okay.